Now let's get you right up to speed on all the very latest. It's Dan Walker and 5 News at 5.
Tonight on 5 News, the Southport attacks could and should have been prevented. That's the finding of an inquiry into the deaths of 3 girls killed during a dance class.
If sensible steps had been taken by the agencies and AR's parents, this dreadful event would not have happened.
Also on the programme tonight, Donald Trump orders the US Navy to blockade the blockade in the Middle East. Rory McIlroy celebrates a Masters double, and why more of us in the UK are getting bitten by spiders. Plus, we have a power ballad queen joining us live. To Pals, Carol Decker will be in the studio. Good evening and welcome to 5 News. The Southport attack could and should have been prevented. That's the verdict of an inquiry into the deaths of BB King, Elsie Stankham and Alice Da Silva Aguiar. The 3 girls were murdered at a dance workshop in 2024 and 10 others were injured. Now, before the atrocity, catastrophic mistakes and failures were made by multiple agencies, and the killer, Axel Ruda Cabana's parents. Julian Drucker has been hearing all of those findings in Liverpool today for us. Julian, good evening to you. It's another one of those days, isn't it, where it must have been incredibly hard for an awful lot of people to hear what was said today. OK, Julian Drucker, thank you. That's Julian live in Liverpool for us tonight. Going to take you somewhere else, which is probably quite familiar to you at the moment. This is the Strait of Hormuz. Around 20% of the world's oil and gas flows through here. We are looking right now at a live image on the screen. If you look closely, all those dots you can see are ships. The cargo vessels are green, tankers are red, and the arrows tell you which ones are on the move. And for the past 6 weeks, only a tiny number have been allowed to pass through this part of water. Now, after peace talks failed, the US President Donald Trump's trying a new tactic. He's ordered the US Navy to blockade the area. It began just over 2 hours ago. Here's more from our chief correspondent, Tessa Chapman. Oh, Tessa's got more. She's live in our New Look studio tonight. And Tessa, one thing we've seen also over the last few days is like a back and forth between the President and the Pope. Yeah, this was an extraordinary rant aimed at Pope Leo, the head of the Catholic Church. Last month, he had said that God affects everyone. OK, Tessa, thank you very much for taking us through that tonight. Well, the Iran war is having far-reaching consequences. We talk about it all the time on the programme. There have been days of farmers' protests in Ireland over rising fuel costs, and that's also affecting businesses in the UK. Layla Hayes has been speaking to a garage in the West Midlands who are feeling the pinch. Right, let's bring you some more headlines tonight. And 2 teenagers are being held on suspicion of murder after a 16-year-old boy was stabbed and later died in Peterborough. The attack happened near the Orton Gate shopping centre yesterday evening. Police think it was a targeted attack. A fraudster from Staffordshire who sold fake Oasis tickets to pay off debts has been handed a community order. A court heard that Rosie Slater's ticket sales scam escalated out of control. 11 people lost an estimated total of £4,000. And more than 100 EasyJet passengers missed a flight in Milan after long queues at passport control. The flight from Linate Airport returned to Manchester yesterday evening after a delayed departure. EasyJet says new border control checks caused the issue, which are out of their control. Next tonight, the B word is back in the political spotlight. We are talking Brexit. Yeah, the Prime Minister has defended plans for the UK to automatically align more closely with some EU rules. This is welcome news for some businesses who trade in things like food and drink, but a few others, it's a return to something that the nation voted to leave behind. Here's our political editor, Andy Bell, with all the details. Well, here's Andy to discuss exactly that. We talked about it for years, didn't we? Are we heading back to the EU then?
No, and the government insists it still has its red lines, which is not joining the single market, not joining the customs union. But talk to people today and they say if this legislation goes through as planned at the Brexit vote. OK, Andy, thank you. And thank you for choosing 5 News this evening and our Fresh Look studio. We've got a packed show for you tonight.
And it's 2 in a row for Rory.
Rory McIlroy goes back-to-back at the Masters. Is he now Europe's greatest ever golfer? Plus, amazing scenes from Budapest will tell you why the people of Hungary are hungry for change. And Claire's got the weather for us tonight.
Hello there, good evening. Now, the week ahead will be blustery at times with some April showers, even some rain around, but there will be some sunshine as well and feeling warm in the sun. I'll see you in a while.
Thank you for that, Claire. We'll see you in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back to 5 News. Lovely to have your company for the next hour or so. Have you ever been so overwhelmed by pain and nausea that you can't stand up? That is a reality for thousands of women in the UK who are living with serious conditions linked to their periods. Now, campaigners are hoping to persuade the government to introduce pain leave, but as Catherine Jones can tell us, there's still some way to go before any changes actually come into effect. Some more headlines for you tonight at 25 minutes past 5. And Britney Spears has gone into rehab in the United States. The pop star was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs last month. She's voluntarily started treatment and is due in court in May. Here in the UK, deep-fried food will be banned from schools in England under new plans to make menus healthier. Desserts like ice cream and jelly will only be served once a week. It's all aimed at tackling obesity and tooth decay. And the former footballer John Terry is poised to buy League Two club Colchester United. The ex-England captain is part of a consortium believed to be paying around £14 million for the team. Now, when it comes to this man and golf, lightning really does strike twice. Did you stay up late last night? I may have done. And Northern Ireland's Rory McIlroy has won the Masters for the second time in a row. And although his title defence looked a little shaky at times, in the end, he pulled off the win in style. Here's Simon Vigar with some of the action. Oh, it was so good, wasn't it? Lovely to have your company this evening. Here's what's still ahead between now and 6 o'clock. Don't panic, but we'll be finding out why more of us are being treated in hospital for spider bites. And whose dog is over the moon to see her? There's a clue in what we just said. First, though, here's Claire with all the weather tonight.
The power of nature meets the power of science. Weather on 5, sponsored by Sterimar Hay Fever and Allergy Relief Nasal Spray.
We're talking April showers through the next few days. Some heavy, showery at times, some sunshine occasionally towards Greece, and stronger winds also extending from Cyprus. Your outlook then through Wednesday.
The holiday weather report on 5, sponsored by Stayshore.
Thank you for that, Claire. It's just gone 5:30. Here in the screen are the top 5 things you need to know today. The public inquiry into the Southport attack says it could and should have been prevented. BB King, Elsie Stankham and Alice da Silva Aguiar died, and several others were injured in that attack nearly 2 years ago. President Trump's blockade of Iranian ports is underway. The US president says any Iranian ships caught trying to approach the blockade will be immediately eliminated. Back here, with protest plans against rising fuel costs, the government's under increasing pressure to support businesses. About 20% of the world's oil and gas passes through that Strait of Hormuz we'll be talking about tonight. It's been blocked since the start of the war with Iran. Remember Brexit? Well, the government's looking at ways to adopt EU single market rules as part of a reset in relations. Keir Starmer says a stronger relationship with Europe is in the UK's best interests. And we've just seen Rory McIlroy, haven't we? Now a 2-time Masters champion, the Northern Irishman has become only the 4th golfer in history to successfully defend the title at Augusta. Now, what do you reckon to the idea of retiring after a lifetime of hard work only to return to the office a few months later? Well, a new survey has found that 1 in 6 retirees have already return to employment. We're joined now by Morgan Vine. Lovely to see you, from the charity Independent Age, and they help people who are struggling with money, who are a little older. What's this all about then, Morgan? Is essentially people retire and then they realise, do you know what, I've not actually got enough money to survive and live on. Okay, Morgan, really helpful advice. Thank you very much. Loads more to come for you tonight, including these runners in Beijing. Yeah, look at that. They're doing their final training for next Sunday's half marathon. I know somebody runs like that. Something tells me they will not get tired. And putting her heart and soul into a new album and tour. We'll speak to DePauw's Carol Decker. You'll enjoy that trip down memory lane, so make sure you stick around. Hello, welcome back to 5 News. It's that part of the programme where we do this and take you around the world in 3 stories. Our first stop tonight is Budapest in Hungary, where the people there have spoken and Viktor Orban conceded defeat after 16 years in power, the opposition securing a landslide election win. The new Prime Minister, Peter Magyar, is promising closer ties to the EU while maintaining a tough stance on immigration. Next up, we are taking you to Texas. Now have a listen to the welcome home for Artemis 2 astronaut Christina Cook and what she got from her dog. It's lovely, isn't it? After 10 days, look, Sadie wasn't interested in hearing the finer details of the mission. She just wanted some hugs. More proof that wherever you are in the universe, dogs are officially the best. Finally to Beijing, and they're preparing there for the 2026 Robot Half Marathon. And if you've I love this. If you run the Brighton Marathon at the weekend, or you're training for London, maybe you could use some of these guys as inspiration. I like the sort of wavery arms on this one. This was late night, full-scale simulation testing key scenarios. The move of this one, is it? With track navigation ahead of the big race, which takes place next Sunday. More than 70 robots have signed up to take part. Have they signed up though? Who knows? There you go. Okay, are you scared of spiders? Well, you might want to look away now if you are, because we've got some unwelcome news about what we're about to show you. These guys. This is a false widow spider, a bit of a scary name. They are the most dangerous that live in the whole of the UK, and they're behind a rise in hospital admissions. Let's find out a bit more. We're joined by Clive Hambler, ecologist at Oxford University. Lovely to see you, Clive. Clive, have you got some of these little fellas with you? Can you show us who you've got?
No, they haven't tried that. Do you want to see it one last time?
Yes, go on then. There we go. And thank you for ignoring my nickname. Well done, Clive. That is beautiful.
Well,
so if you see a Maltese with legs, do not eat it. Thank you, Clive.
Thank you.
I think we got to the bottom of that. Right, we're going to take a look at last night's Olivier Awards now. They celebrate the very best of theatre, and you might have guessed who the big winner was this year. Have a look. Yeah, Paddington the musical dominated 7 wins in total, including Best Actor in a Musical, which was awarded jointly to James Hamid, who's the voice of the bear, and Artie Shah, who is the costume on stage.
My partner in crime. Artie Shah, you are radiant in every way, shape or form. I don't know how she comes out at the end of this show without any sweat.
My darling son Xavier, Mummy is going to keep making you proud, and I'm going to keep showing you that being different is a good thing.
There's also a special award for Dame Elaine Page for her long and hugely successful musical theatre career. She's a bit of a star, isn't she? The singer got a royal seal of approval too. In a written message, Queen Camilla praised Dame Elaine, saying she's brought huge joy to untold numbers of people. Now, they helped shape the 1980s pop rock scene with hits like China in Your Hand and Heart and Soul. And now DePauw are back and better than ever with their first new album in 11 years, would you believe? Let's take a look at some of their greatest hits. Delighted to say that singer Carol Decker joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us live on 5 News this evening. What's it like to be back with brand new music after 11 years?
it's amazing.
Lovely to talk to you. We've got to leave it there. To Power on tour as new music out as well. Thank you very much for watching. Lovely to share a bit of time with you this evening. Hope you've enjoyed the new look as well. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 on 5.
The power of nature meets the power of science. Weather on 5, sponsored by Sterimar Hay Fever and Algae Relief Nasal Spray.
We're talking April showers through the next few days.